The concept of open data is growing around the world, and governments are stepping up to meet the public's demand for data. However, cities and other governments starting down the path of opening data often have concerns and questions about releasing data to the public. Many of these concerns are valid and require a thoughtful response. Acknowledging questions and concerns around open data and then discussing and addressing them is essential to creating a successful open data program. In this video, we'll outline two of the most common concerns we at GovX have heard about opening data: data reengineering and cost. For each concern, we'll first provide a philosophical response that addresses foundational questions, and then a technical response honing in on practical ways to address the concern. We'll also provide a brief example from a city showing how the concern has been addressed successfully in an open data program. Concern 1. Often, leaders are concerned that opening data will expose the public to harm. One specific concern is that someone could re-engineer open data to discover personal information. This is also referred to as the mosaic effect. A philosophical response to this concern should acknowledge that the mosaic effect is real and reaffirm the need to protect personal information. Strong governance processes should be put in place to review data and ensure that only information that should be released is open to the public. A technical response could focus on the idea of aggregation. Governments can aggregate data to a high enough level to ensure that personal information is protected. Aggregation is one of several technical approaches that should be considered when developing a plan to manage the risk of opening data. One example from a city comes from the city of Seattle. For crime data, the city aggregates entries to the 100-block level. This allows critical public safety information to be open to the public without identifying individuals. Concern 2. In today's budget climate, leaders are naturally concerned about the costs of programs and initiatives. Setting up an open data program could include costs for things like software, staff, and training. Plus, a government must maintain the program over time, which creates additional costs over the long term. A philosophical response to this concern should note that while concerns are important, it may be more costly in the long run to keep doing business as usual. In addition, concerned leaders often assume a high cost for an open data initiative, when actually there are many options at a variety of cost levels to choose from. A technical response could focus on the concept of third-party interaction. Publishing raw data allows third parties to deliver information to the public through apps or visualizations. Giving them access to the data may be all they need to provide their solution, which relieves the government of responsibility and cost of providing direct solutions. For example, the Kansas City Area Transit Authority publishes route and schedule data on its website, which allows third-party entities to use their data. The Transit Authority also publishes a directory of third-party applications, which allows their customers to make better decisions based on useful information. We realize that the two concerns outlined here are only the tip of the iceberg of concerns leaders often hear about open data. So let us know, what open data concerns have you seen or heard in your city? How did you address them? What answers would be most useful to you? Go to labs.centerforgov.org to check out GovX's guide on addressing open data concerns and add your voice to the conversation.